KTN News. Get the whole story.
Last year, President Uhuru Kenyatta declared the ongoing drought a national disaster. He assured Kenyans that no one will die of hunger because the government is in control. Well, that was just a statement. Kenyans are having it rough and tough. Although some parts of the country received some rains in the recent past, some areas in northern Kenya, specifically Marsabit County, had not witnessed even a droplet for years.
The area has never received rain for quite several years. It is just a torrential rain which come once and go, and it cannot help in doing something to the area.
Just 3 kilometers from Marsabit town lies North Hor constituency. The roads here are a story for another day. This one leads to my corner. The my corner that is our first stop and which is enduring the scorching sun. There's no sign of vegetation as the land lies bare, begging for the long-lost nourishing waters of the rain and echoed by authorities.
Friday last week, we had received several herd of cattle, like almost 1,000 and something, which has perished because of drought. There's lack of food. The sheep and goats, we might not have the exact figure, but it is way beyond even 2,000.
If they were gods to be worshipped and enticed to bring forth rain, residents of this area will offer all forms of sacrifice to them. Most of them have to walk for miles in search of a rare commodity called drinking water. A similar scenario plays out in Hur Hills, where locals have nothing left to cling on, not even hope. Some blame poor information flow that has led to their failure to prepare for this tragic weather phenomenon.
Uliopita si bado pata mvua. Sijui kama huko down watu wa weather focus hatuelezi hii mambo ya kiangazi, mvua inanyesha, mvua hainyeshi. Kama tungeambiwa hata sisi tungefanya mpango mapema. Kuuza ng'ombe, kuuza mbuzi na ngamia. Lakini si bado sikia. Tumengojea mvua tu. Sasa ni mwaka wa 3 sasa hii.
Na kule hospitali pia hakuna maji, madawa, hata tukirifaa watoto ama watu wazima. Wakifika na rifaro madawa hakuna. Hata sometimes tunakosa hata painkiller.
In Horgudha, it is a lucky day for these women and children. A truck belonging to an organization called Pasida has just delivered water for them. They usually trek for kilometers in search of this precious liquid in the border of Ethiopia. But the one truck of water isn't enough. Everyone is scrambling to get some before it is finished. For some, this is a rare opportunity to quench their thirst and take a rare bath. For the babies, this is a different kind of wash.
Sema watoto wao wanakaa bila kukula some days kwa sababu hata ukikuwa na chakula kama una maji hakuna kitu ya kupika nayo, na wakipata wanakula mara moja, hakuna mara nyingine watakula, wanapika jioni peke yake. The whole day wanakaa hivyo.
As dawn breaks in North Hor, men prepare to live in search of an interesting kind of food for their livestock. While others will be heading to their fields to count the losses. It is time to know which animals survived the night. Women and children also wake up to yet another day, clinging to nothing but hope. to the interesting kind of animal feeds. Cartons cut into pieces are the only available option for this man who now struggles to feed the remaining heads of cattle. He has lost quite a number to a vengeful Mother Nature. On his account, he had 300 heads of them, but 200 have since perished. He hopes to extend the life of the remaining ones by feeding them on these pieces of the thick pepper. The demand of cartons has sent their price soaring, leaving Godhana and his fellow residents digging deeper into their pockets. Godhana needs more than one sack for his cows daily. Necessity has born this invention.
Kiangazi sio na sura, sisi hatujui imetushika. Mabadiliko ya dunia pengine iko, sisi hatujui. Wanyama walizokufa nafika kama 200. Na hiyo ni hasara kama shilingi 1500 hivi. Unaona? Kwa ajili ya mali yetu haina bei, ingekuwa na mamilioni ya pesa, sasa sina.
Hata ngali na malisa, hata watu na malisa. Watu wanakosa kitu wa kukula. Hata kuna wengine hata wamekufa kwa sababu ya njaa. Area yetu hii.
Once the source of wealth and pride, the animals are proving to be a real headache for Godhana and his family.
Saa hii ng'ombe hii kitu si inaweka kwa nyumba yote inakula. Hata manguo zinakula kwa ajili ya njaa. Zingine hata zimekufa kwa ajili zinakula hata nguo kwa ajili mimi tunalala au wanavunja bomba na kula nguo na shinda hata kutoa mafi. Nguo nafunga mafi yao na kufa.
One would ask why they don't sell their animals during this drought season.
Nani atanunua wanyama ambaye zimekonda? Kwetu hakuna mali ya kupeleka. Hata zamani wananunua watajiri kwetu wanapeleka Nairobi, sasa wamekataa. Kwa ajili ng'ombe huko naona hii yetu inakufa. Haina nyama, ilipi hata transport ya gari.
Camels are known as the cars of the desert. Their clever adaptation, marked by large feet, thick skin, and even toes, make them endure harsh and dry conditions. However, this clearly is a tough call for camels of this region. So hard is the going that this lady has decided to feed her young camels on porridge. She doesn't want them to be part of these carcasses here. There are morbid evidence of a battle lost to the elements. According to the residents, one can only tell the severity of the current drought when camels start falling. 100 meters from here, another camel carcass lies. It is still fresh, having just fallen to starvation.
Mimi ninasikia hata huko gas kuna mzee alifariki. Mlisikia hata katika radio. Pia sehemu za Elbeso mzee moja alifariki. Alifariki kutokana na njaa. Kwa hivyo uchumi yetu ni mifugo na zimeenda. And you cannot teach an old dog new trick.
Vultures, nature's undertakers. Some call them nature's bin removers. They seem to be the only happy living creatures in this region. They only eat dead animals, and here there are plenty of carcasses. It is a feast. Every sunrise in Marsabit comes with its dead. The high death ratio of livestock has created a feeling of despondency, as locals now look forward to salvaging hides which are later used in making beddings. The more beddings one has, the more animals he has lost. Almost 300 kilometers from Gas lies Illeret, here in Marsabit County. The Dasanach community occupies this region. They're one of the most marginalized tribes in Kenya. In this twist of fate lies the irony. This village borders Lake Turkana. Like most lakes in the Rift Valley, Lake Turkana has been rising, with water levels displacing communities around it. Despite its water being saline, animals have been finding it as the sole spring of hope. But those that manage often die on the way back. As the sun sets in the west over the Lake Turkana, it creates a beautiful canvas that is contrasted by a silence of death and the stench of carcasses in different stages of decomposition. Another morning in Illeret, another sight of horror. As animals die, this man fears he could be next. Some residents opt to burn the carcasses as they seek to put their misery in the past. Traditionally, men in this community do not linger around their homesteads. Instead, they move far and wide in search of pasture for their livestock. Livestock is their pride, with which they stand tall. Now, with no cows nor goats to nurse their egos, they are confused, afraid, and lost. Signs of depression are evident as they reel in their loss.
Nikufe ama Gabriel ama wapi nikufe ama ningebari nikufe kwa sababu watoto sina kitu ya kulisha kwa sababu sasa hii niko na wasimu nimeshikwa na wasimu.
This is the structure of a Manyatta homestead. A cow shed sits at the center of each homestead, surrounded by houses. The sheds are normally bustling with energetic camels, goats, and cows. Now, the contrast is the reality. The drought situation here in Illeret, Marsabit County is even more dire than any other place. Everything is dying. Cows, camels, sheep, and also human beings will be soon succumbing to this drought. This old man has not eaten anything for the past 6 days. His health is deteriorating as hopes for food or water continues dwindling. He has no energy to stand nor walk. Instead, he spends most of his time in this horizontal position outside his Manyatta, waiting for fate. Women and children are the ones bearing the brunt of this drought. Young ones below 5 look malnourished. This woman is a mother of 8. She has nothing to feed her children, and the sheer agony of watching them crying for food shatters her. This one here comes off like a scene straight from the famous movie Gods Must Be Crazy. Like the ones in the Kalahari in the movie, these boys in Watalii Manyatta are braving the heat in search of water for their families. The water that is not always guaranteed, hence their joy when they bring some home. Another sunset that sets the stage for another night of gloom for locals. A quiet night. A homeful visit to this Manyatta that belongs to this pregnant woman depicts a sorrowful state. Despite her status and in need of nutritious food, her cooking place has been cold for days. Cooking pots are dry as she spends another night on an empty stomach. We take a look at another Manyatta. This mother here has 12 children who have not eaten anything since morning. Each night, they all line up here anticipating for something. The neighbors' children have joined them. But the only meal the woman can afford is this liquid, which the children seem used to. She hopes it helps soothe their pangs of hunger and thirst. Just in case you're wondering why people here have a lot of children, well, it's a survival tactic. Many children born perish by drought, some by floods, while the strongest survive. The high birth rate ensures that each family has some surviving offspring to sustain the lineage. Despite the devastating drought raging in the region, a school is holding its ground in El Beso. Like most schools in the marginalized community, its infrastructure is basic, including toilets. This school only serves children up to grade 3. Those who graduate after this grade have to join a senior school located over 50 kilometers away. Not a short distance for a day scholar. In fact, most children opt to repeat grade 3 severally or just drop out altogether.
Several kids sometimes drop out of school because of hunger. So when they go to school, there is no food. When they come home, there's no food, so they find it very hard.
The government of Kenya used to give us food in these ASAL areas. But since last year, we have not received any food in the school, and therefore the learners who are coming to school, others drop out, others they came one day and then another day they just stay at.
The residents here are blaming the national and the county governments together with their political leaders for abandoning them.
Na kama hatupati msaada kutoka serikali ya national ama serikali ya county ama msaada yote, so within 2-3 weeks, hata sio 3 weeks, utasikia mtu amekufa kwa sababu ya njaa na sababu ya maji.
Sisi nangojea tu kitu tunasaidia. Hata serikali yetu ajui sisi hapa. Hakuna mtu unakuja na angalia sisi.
But this non-governmental organization, PASIDA, has been their friend in this time of need. The organization has been supplying water to residents around Chalbi, Hur Hills, and North Hor through its water tracking program. The water is drawn from a borehole located at Maikona and later transported to areas as far as 4 hours away. In Hur Hills, once the water arrives, everyone scrambles to fill every little container since the next delivery is never guaranteed. The organization also supplies animal feeds to try and sustain locals' livelihoods.
Marsabit County is subdivided into 4 sub-counties, and the 2 sub-counties which are hardly hit by the current crisis is Laisamis and North Hor sub-county, which covers the bigger part of the entire Marsabit County.
Their efforts are just a drop in the ocean as North Hor is vast. It cannot reach all residents.
Illeret has the highest malnutrition rate in this county. And that is because, if people are losing their livestock, if they are losing their livelihood, and this has been happening, for the last 6 months. That means not only for the under 5, but also for the elderly and also pregnant mothers, the situation is really dire. So basically, they need immediate humanitarian aid to save the lives of these people.
Northern Kenya is a region hugely impacted by climate change, and all phases of this affects them equally. In mid-January 2022, the long-awaited rains did come, and with it another round of disaster. The cold temperatures and strong winds that accompanied the off-season rain caused many animals to drop and die due to hypothermia. It is quite disheartening on how the residents of the northern part of the country are just surviving by the grace of God, not knowing what tomorrow holds. They need immediate intervention before they succumb to their hunger pangs. Building Walieula Nelgade, North Hor, Marsabit County.